Check, 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 check. Are we live? We are live. What's going on? Hey, yo. What is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your girl, Jay. Welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, and we are live. I hope everyone is doing well out there today. Your girl, every time I come on here, I tell y'all I'm tired. I'm tired. Like it's been a long week and a half. Well, since I last saw you guys, a week. But man, oof, if y'all only knew. When I start my podcast back up for real, I hope y'all come listen to it and y'all see what's going on with me on the other side, on the personal side. But we are here today to talk about some women's basketball. We're talking a little bit of W today. We're going to talk a little bit of Unrivaled today. And then we're going to get into some of the college scores that went down this past week. But first and foremost, we're going to check in and see who is in the house today. So we got Groovy. Groovy says, what's up, Jay and everyone? What's going on, Groovy? We have Jaletta's in the house. Jaletta says, hello, J-Spot. Hey, Jaletta. And then we have Moses. Moses is here. Says, what's up, Jay? And I'm saying, what's up back to Moses. It's not my normal night, but to be honest, guys, I might be flip-flopping around on different nights. It just depends on my work schedule and when I have availability. So it might be like 8 o'clock instead of normal 7 o'clock, but we'll see. Y'all just stay with me, stay riding with me, stay hanging with me. I know I don't know if there's some games on right now. I think it was the Syracuse and Maryland I saw playing. I don't know if that's still on. Juju's in the house. Hey, J-Spot, what's happening? What's going on, Juju? Donovan, what's up, Jay? It's been a minute. It has been. Where you been? I haven't seen you over here in a long time. What's been going on? I'm just trying to see. What I need to do is order some food. That's what I need to do because I just got off work and I didn't have any food. And I meant to order it, but I had to be on time for you guys. So, anywho, let's get into it. Let me see. I didn't bring all my graphics today. Today, we're just going to chill. We're going to talk about a couple of things. If y'all have some topics or some scores or teams y'all want to talk about, drop it in the comment or drop it in the chat. And I'm sure other chat members will, chime in with that. I only can watch LSU, South Carolina, Notre Dame. I can catch some USC games. And like right now, oh, this is football. I thought this was basketball. I don't watch that. I mean, I don't mind football, but I thought for some reason, is it off? Maybe it's off. The game's probably off. They're playing football now. But anyway, that's who I mainly watch. I can't catch everybody. And then it's just been a really busy week, so I haven't been able to keep up with a lot. Hold on one second. All right. Donovan says life, but I've been good, but Maryland won that game. Okay. Maryland won. That's good to know. I'm going back to, I think it was some NBA game that was on. I'm just going to put it on that. And we're going to get into these slides that I have. Yeah, OKC and New Orleans is playing right now, NBA. All right. So it was announced a few days ago, and this is in the WNBA, by the way, a few days ago that Kurt Miller is now the general manager of Dallas Wings. So someone said that he probably wouldn't take a coaching job, that he would end up getting like an executive position. So there you have it. He is the general manager of the Dallas Wings. He's now in charge of. Sorry, my nose is itching, y'all. He's now in charge of finding a coach for Dallas. And I did not get this graphic, but today it was announced that Atlanta has their coach. Atlanta has the former head coach of Florida Gulf Coast University. I can't, what is his name? Can't find his name right now. But if you guys know who KB is, KB of the Las Vegas Aces, that is her former coach. She graduated or went there. So, I mean, there may be talks where, she might end up going to play for him in Atlanta, but it's kind of controversial. I guess I've been hearing a lot of talk online about him being the coach and him being the coach of Atlanta. Yeah, that's right. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Carl Smesco. Smesco? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Carl Smesco. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, I didn't get the graphic of him, but yeah, he is the former Florida Gulf Coast University coach, and he does have the third highest winning percentage as a coach there. But I don't think they have any championships or anything like that. So I don't know. It's very interesting. He hasn't coached, I don't believe, at a professional level. He's been coaching FGCU for 23 years, I believe. So this is an opportunity, for him to come and, we'll see what happens in Atlanta. So we still have, as of right now, LA, where are you at? LA was the first team to let their coach go, who is Kurt Miller. And they still haven't had a coach yet. They're the very first one, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with them. We still got Connecticut. Connecticut is the newest team to not have a coach, so I can understand them taking a little bit. Who else doesn't have a coach? Washington still doesn't have a coach. And it was LA. Who were the bottom four? LA, Dallas, Washington, Chicago. It was Atlanta. It was Connecticut and Indiana. So, yeah. I'm missing one more team that doesn't have a coach. What does Donovan say? Well, he built FGCU from the ground up and made them a tourney team, like they have been a consistent second round team for a minute. Okay. Do you think he is do you think he's qualified enough to take on a professional women's team and lead them to, success in the postseason? Because Donovan, if you know about him, please let us know. I don't know a whole lot about him, but wondering if you have any insight on what you think his success rate will be once he is in the league. I feel like I'm missing somebody else. LA doesn't have a team, a coach. Dallas still doesn't have a coach. They just have a GM. That's right. Also, the Aces they got one of their assistant coaches, Ty, who is also from the G League and some other professional basketball organizations and things like that. Did about him, but he seems to be really good as an assistant, and she hasn't named her second assistant yet. Kyle is in the house, 12 Kyle podcast. If you guys listen to podcasts, check out 12 Kyle podcast. He also has the Rap Soul podcast, which are both very great. But Kyle says, what up, JSPN? Just slided through to say what's up. Has Teaspoon landed another gig yet? Nope, Teaspoon has not to our knowledge. Like I've been saying, I really would like her to go coach with Becky in Vegas. I think that's a good setup for her. Also, I think she would be good as some part of New York Liberty, organization. I mean, we know how much she loves that place, loves that organization, loves that those fans in that city, and it would be great for her to be a part of that organization that means so much to her. I feel like they love her as much as she loves them, and it would be great for her to be somewhere there. But if either of those isn't the move she wants to make and she wants to go back to head coaching, I don't know. We still have Dallas, we still have Washington, we still have Connecticut and LA that need coaches. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I haven't seen her with any announcements as far as gigs. And Unrivaled. They have not named the coaches of Unrivaled yet. One of my my peeps that usually comes in here had suggested that it would be a really dope thing to see her be a coach of Unrivaled, and hopefully maybe coach Angel again in that league. That would be dope, but they haven't named those coaches yet, so we shall see. Hold. All right. 12 Kyle says, I think she should be the head coach again. Maybe she's holding out for the right situation. It's possible. It's possible. She could be waiting for the right situation. I feel like she probably has a bad taste in her mouth from dealing with Chicago and the way that Jeffrey and Michael and that organization did her. And she's probably just, making sure that everything, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed before she does anything else like that. Let me get here. April's in the house. Hey, everyone. Hey, J Bug. What's going on, April? All right. What else do I have on here? All right. So on November 16th, and I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'll make it a little bit bigger. On November 16th, I ain't even make it that big. Camilla is over there in China. She's playing for Shanghai. And I don't know how to say anything else on there, but I think her team is the Swordfish. And they play on November 16th. That'll be her very first game. It's at 6:30 a.m. The 16th is on a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And if you guys are interested in watching her play or watching any of the women in that league, WCA, in the league, I have been saving up these links that I have found on Twitter. I follow two accounts on Twitter that follow this league, and they've been putting out links where you can watch these games. So you can watch Kennedy. It's so many people, so many of them over there. Camilla's over there. Kennedy's over there. Kelsey Mitchell's there. Nalissa's there. JJ's there. Liz stays over there. They pay her millions to be there. Liz Cambage. Who else is over there? I think Jalen Sherrod just went over there. It's some more people. I can't think of everyone that's over there, but it's a lot. It's like half the W that is not in Unrivaled or not just staying home. The other half is over in China. Some of them are playing in your league as well, but most of the people I'm seeing, they're playing in the Chinese league. So if you guys want that link, hit me up. Or if you follow me on Twitter, I can link you guys that way. So my much congrats or much good luck, sending all the good vibes to Camilla on her first game. I hope they win. And as far as I knew about this, the league is divided into two groups, Group A and Group B. Kennedy is in Group B, Camilla's in Group A. So they won't play each other during the regular season. They will only play each other if they make it to the playoffs. So we won't see that matchup happening for a long time. Not that they would match up anyway, but it would be just cool to see Camilla play against Kennedy. And Kennedy talked about that, saying it would be really cool if that happens to if that happens to come to fruition and they can play against each other, she's excited for the challenge. April says, yes, post that league, please and thank you. I might put it on my community post for those of you that don't follow me on Twitter or whatever. I think I can put the link there. I'll definitely try. Groovy says, everyone is in China. Yep. Adrian says, so let's talk about Kennedy Carter. You think she's coming back? I think she wants to come back. Every time I see her, she is in Chicago gear, whether it's the Skytown hat. She will not let that hat go, or she's wearing a hoodie, a Chicago Sky hoodie, or a shirt, or something. She practices in her Chicago Sky like warm-ups and practice uniforms and stuff like that, shorts. So I think it's still in her blood that she wants to come back to Chicago. I think she really enjoyed playing in Chicago. She talked about the reception that she got after she was sick in her first game back, how Chicago, like, they gave her this standing ovation, and that she had never really had anything like that, you know, on a professional level, that it just felt so warm and it felt good to be in a place that really wanted her and celebrated her. So going off that, I think she wants to come back, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. Tyler, which I was going to mention him as well, he had his press conference yesterday, Tyler Marsh, who is the new head coach of Chicago Sky. In attendance with him was obviously Jeff. Jeff was there. I guess he got to be there. And then Michaela, well, on stage was with him, like at the podium, was Big Mama, Rachel, and E. Will was on the stage with him. And then in the audience was Michaela and Mariah Jefferson. So they were there. Nobody else was, because pretty much I think everybody else, besides maybe Lindsay Allen, everybody else is gone overseas. Dana and Izzy are in EuroLeague. Well, Angel is in Miami getting ready for Unrivaled. And, you know, obviously Camilla, I said, was in, Camilla and Kennedy are in China. And I don't know where everybody else, is that about everybody else? Diamond, I don't know where she is. But anyway, I don't read too much into that. The people that were in town were there. But during his press conference, he did say that he talked about Camilla and Angel, because a lot of questions were for them. A lot of questions were about them, and then just overall for the team. He did mention getting E. Will to shoot threes. I think he talked about Michaela a little bit. Obviously, Rachel, Big Mama Rachel was there, so they kind of talked. He kind of mentioned just her having like the Sid Colson vibes and stuff like that. But he did not mention Kennedy. Now, Julia Pope, who's a writer for Chicago, did say that they had the press conference, but then after the press conference, there was one-on-one interviews. Like each reporter could have one-on-one time with Tyler and talk to him. And she said, stay tuned, because someone did ask her, like, he didn't say anything about Kennedy Carter. Nobody asked about Kennedy Carter. She was like, well, not during the press conference. She's like, but we did have one-on-ones, and I'll share what I asked, you know, at a later time. So I'm assuming she probably did ask about Kennedy, and we'll see what the answers are. I mean, I don't trust Jeff, so I don't know what's going to happen with Kennedy. I just feel like it makes sense to bring Kennedy back. But Jeff is Jeff. I don't know. I don't trust him. He said, I heard you guys, I've been seeing it. So I delivered when he was talking about hiring Tyler. But I mean, he said some things that kind of, like, to me was a little shady towards Teaspoon. And I didn't particularly like it. Like, I like Tyler, and this has nothing to do with Tyler, but I just feel like, I don't know. Jeff, I just don't trust him. And just hearing Tyler talk about, him talking to the organization and talking to Jeff and how their beliefs align and how they want the same things and how it feels like a family atmosphere, or it feels like the right place. And I mean, those are all things that Teaspoon said when she got hired during her press conference. And so, not to say that they're not gonna be that for Tyler, but I'm just saying I'm just gonna wait it out and see what happens. I'm gonna cheer for the team, cheer for Tyler because I like him. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Kennedy. Hopefully, they're just not saying too much now because there's so much going on. This Sunday on the 17th is the lottery draft. They have that coming up, and then a couple of weeks after that, December 8th or 9th, is the Valkyrie expansion draft. And then right after that in February, you have free agency. So Kennedy is a restricted free agent. So what that means is that she's free to talk to other teams. Teams are free to talk to her. But if they make her an offer, Chicago has the option to match that offer. And if they match that offer, match it or beat it, she stays there. So it's kind of up to them, or they can say, no, I don't want, we're not going to match that offer. And then she's free to go whatever team made her the offer. So I don't know I haven't seen any indicators on either way what they're going to do with Kennedy. I don't know if they're just being hush hush because they're trying to like maybe bargain and maybe trick some people or trick some teams or something. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. So we won't know until training camp, I guess, what's going to happen with Kennedy. I really hope she comes back. Groovy says Jeff is the WNBA version of Jerry Jones at GM. It kind of sounds like it. I don't know a whole lot about Jerry Jones, but I feel like he has a creep factor, and he definitely seems like he sees his teams more as commodities, like money makers for him, and not necessarily as people. So I don't know. Jeff is like he's like a cartoon villain, super villain. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a good exterior. They can hide amongst the regular people, but then later on in the movie you find them in the dark with like one spotlight on them and they're smiling real weird, and you realize they were the bad guy the whole time. Stuff like that. Like that's the vibes that Jeff gives me. So maybe he's turning over a new leaf. Maybe he is maybe he's working on doing right by this team, and we'll see. The thing is, I want all the success for Chicago, so I'm rooting for them to do well. I just wish that it wasn't at the benefit of him, because he's going to take all the credit if they do well under Tyler. See, I told you, I knew what I was doing, blah, blah, blah. I just want him to go away, to be honest. AB is in the house. If you want to win championships, you sign the best talent, hands down. That part, you're right. You do. And I don't know if you're talking about Tyler or if you're talking about Kennedy, but Kennedy, I feel, is a integral part to that team. Her, Camilla, Angel work really well together. Tyler is very great at development, obviously. We've talked about that last week and how he's worked with Asia and Jackie, and we see how far they've come. That potential there is very great. If you add in Mick to that, like the sky's the limit, pun intended, right? For that team. I just don't, if you don't keep Kennedy, who do you get? Because you're losing. I feel like you're losing a lot if you don't keep her around, but that's just my opinion. Groovy said, did you see where that on Sky Fan or on TikTok? Did you see? Oh, that one Sky fan on TikTok got blocked because of her criticism of Jeff. Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, I've tagged Jeff a couple of times on Twitter, speaking directly to him, and I mean, I guess I'm not a big enough account to get blocked. I don't know. I haven't been blocked yet, but yeah, I found that a little funny. She said she got blocked because she was, asking the right questions, and I think a lot of people. I mean, the pressure should be on him. I mean, you're feel free to block whoever you want. But I think if you're in that position, if you do the things that you've done, you gotta be able to take the heat and can't get your feelings hurt so easily by somebody on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, especially if they're fans. I mean, a lot of these fans pay money to go to these games. Some of these fans are season ticket holders. These are fans that are buying merch. These are fans that are watching you on TV, watching your team on TV. And so if they're not happy, you should know about it, right? You got to hear it and you got to do what you need to do to fix it. So maybe, like I said, he has turned over a new leaf and he wants to fix it. So I don't know. I'm just going to sit back and watch. Next, we got on November 20th, which that's next week. 17th is Sunday, 18, 19, 20. So what is that, Wednesday? Yeah, a week from today, Unrivaled will be selecting their players to their basketball clubs. Now, if you don't know, see if I can make it bigger. What these teams are, we can go to Unrivaled real quick and look at the team names they have so far. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. So they modeled their basketball teams similarly to what do they call them? Football clubs, like soccer clubs. And I mean, if you guys want more information about Unrivaled, I'll definitely run it down for you. Because I kind of been doing some research on Unrivaled. So Unrivaled has 6 teams right now. They are playing in Miami. What they want to do is start traveling with it. So next year may not be in Miami. It may be in another city. I think it just depends on how they do. But they want to start traveling around the nation with these teams. So each year to be somewhere different, just like AU Pro Basketball, Athletes Unlimited. Last year they were in Dallas. This year they're in Nashville. So this year they're going to be in Miami. Don't know where they're going to be next year. But they also talked about eventually they will start to take bids on ownership. So people or ownership groups can own the teams and I guess place them wherever they want. This sounds like something they're trying to scale. So it will eventually, if I could speak, be more than 6 teams because depending on the ownership, they will be spread out around United States. They will not allow any ownership from the WNBA. So anyone that is involved in a WNBA team cannot be an owner of these teams for right now. They will play, if I'm not mistaken, 3. They will be televised 3 times a week. It will be Friday, I want to say, Tuesdays one day, and I want to say maybe Sunday. I got to look that up because I wasn't prepared to talk about all this today. But if y'all want like the real lowdown, just let me know and I'll make sure I'll get all the information. We'll talk about it next week. But the team names, before we get into them selecting people, if y'all can see that, let me see if I can make it bigger. So this is from their website. So they have the Laces, they have the Lunar Owls Basketball Club. So the Laces Basketball Club, Lunar Owls, Mist, Phantom, Rose, and Vinyl. And they said they picked those names initially just to kind of cover all genres. So Vinyl is kind of like music-like for like, music lovers. Rose, I don't know what Rose is supposed to represent. Phantom is kind of like cartoony, kind of like DC Marvel type, whatever. Mist is kind of, if you saw the preview for when they put out Mist, is real like scary. It's like mist in like some dark forest. It was pretty cool. Lunar Owls, I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but we got that. And then the Laces, I guess for basketball shoes or something like that. I don't know, but those are the names of the 6 clubs. And then now, if you guys know, they expanded from having 30 players to having 36 players. So now they're going to have 6 players on each. I had to do my math real quick. 6 players on each team instead of the 5. It's still going to be a 3-on-3, but now they're going to have 6 players on the team versus the 5 that they were initially going to have. And then while we're here, might as well, show who the people have been named already so far. We got Stewie, Fee, Chelsea Gray, point guard, Enrique, Jewel Lloyd, because some of them have their nicknames on it. Kelsey Plum, Ryan Howard, Kalia Copper, Jackie Young, 305 Barbie is Angel, and Jerice De'Erica, Kayla McBride, Marina. I forgot Marina was there. Satu Sabali, Alicia Gray, Natasha Cloud, Skylar Diggins Smith, Rakia Jackson, Dejanay Carrington, Vandersloot, Courtney Vandersloot. Slim is Brittany Sykes from Washington. You got Shakira Austin. You got Tip Hayes from the Aces. You got BG Azarea from LA. Courtney Williams. Money Martin, that's Kate Martin from Vegas Aces. You got Aaliyah Boston. Lexi Hull from Indiana. Nope. 2 A's is Aaliyah Edwards, not Aaliyah Boston. 2 A's is Aaliyah Edwards. Lexi Hull. 1 A is Aaliyah Boston. I almost messed that up. So Aaliyah Boston and Aaliyah Edwards will be there. AT, just yesterday, AT, Alyssa Thomas, and Big Mama, who people thought Big Mama was Rachel, but Big Mama Steph, if you guys have been watching, Stephanie, I was going to say Colson, Stephanie Dolson, who plays for Washington right now, who used to play for New York last year. They've been calling her Big Mama forever. So Big Mama Steph and AT were named yesterday. So we still have 4 more to be named. I'm assuming those are going to be named this week because, like I said, Wednesday, they will be announcing who is on what team. So that's going to be exciting to see. So November 20th on YouTube. It doesn't say what time. If it's in the evening, I might go live, but if it's during the day, I'm at work, I won't be able to do it. But we'll talk about it. We will. Let's see. Adrian says, between Olivia Miles or Tahina Pow, which one are you picking in the draft? Ooh. You know those are my favorite teams too, right? Outside of, you got to add LSU in there. But if I had to pick between Olivia Miles and Pow, I'm going with Olivia. Olivia got that. She got it all. I watched her. She played tonight. But I watched those last couple of games, and yeah, they've been blowout games, so they haven't been like super duper challenging. But for her to have not played at all last year due to an injury she had, for her to come back and ball like she's been balling like she never left, give me Olivia Miles. I'll take her for sure. AB says, I'm looking forward to Unrivaled. And then AB says they'll take Olivia Miles for sure. For sure. Then I think this is my last slide. It was announced that Juju Watkins is going to get her own docuseries on Peacock. It is going to follow a day in the life of Juju as a, high performing athlete, things that she's doing off the court, and just her being an overall superstar. So I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but it will be on Peacock. And when I get more information about it, I will let you guys know. But I think that's dope that she is going to get her own docuseries. So shout out to Juju. And I think that's all the slides I had. Yeah, that was it. KBAF is in the house. What is up? If y'all not subscribed, check them out. KBAF. Tell them, go over there and say hi for me. Tell them I sent you. Jonathan is in the house. Jonathan says Olivia's has hands down a great all around point guard. She's great. The passing, like watching her and Hannah together, like that is a tandem I didn't know I needed to see. Like Hannah is on that ball like white on rice. Like she steals that ball left and right. Her defense is crazy, but she's also a scorer. She can also score if she needs to. Olivia on the other end is such a great passer. Like her assist numbers at certain times are like through the roof. But she's also a great scorer. So if you have those two on the floor, it's like, this is why they're blowing teams out, because both of them can score, but both of them are so unselfish. They'll look to pass. And seeing a little bit of the game tonight, which they won, by the way, seeing them like play off each other, that's only going to get better the more time they have together. It's going to be crazy. It was a couple of Olivia to Hannah, Hannah to Olivia baskets made in the game. Not this last game, but the game before that. Oh, so good. So good. AB says good for Juju building her brand. Yep. Moses says that USC versus Cal State Northridge game was crazy. USC won by 85 points. Cal had 43 turnovers. I heard that. That's crazy. That's just bananas. 43 turnovers. Like at some point, I know they can't like forfeit for real, but at some point you have to be like, let's just stop. We're good. Like nobody should get beat by 85 points. Like just, I don't know. It just, after a while, it's like, I don't want to watch it anymore. It's too much. Like you were up by 30 in the first quarter. Like, I don't know. It's like, you're just watching the superstar, like play horse or something. Like it's not really doing it for me, but I kind of feel bad for those teams, but those teams don't give up. Those teams still play. They still run their plays. They still get, they're excited for the shots that they do get. If they get a steal, or if they stop the ball, or if they can shake that team and be able to score, that's a win for them. And then they get the exposure that they may not normally get. Some of them also get, funds for playing the big schools like that. So although I'm not super excited to watch someone win by 85 points and see a team have 43 turnovers, it's all a part of developing. AB says, Hannah is my girl. Jonathan says that Hannah Hidalgo win a state championship in high school. I know Olivia did. I don't know if she won. Let's ask Google. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Did she win? I don't see high school career. Let's see. Nope, she was a McDonald's All-American. She shared MVP honors with Juju Watkins. She was Gatorade Player of the Year. It doesn't say that they won a state championship, though, that I can see. So, no. RC is in the house. What up, homegirl? I see you. I'm late, but I made it, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So let's get into, I guess we can get into some of these scores. I have a question for y'all in the chat. Y'all let me know. And those of you that are watching. By the way, if you're in here, give me the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It helps me to grow. I am like 60 or something away from 1,000 subs. Subbing is free. So if you're not subbed and you want to be, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and it will just greatly help me out. But what do y'all think about this conversation that's been going on right now about these non-conference games, and how there are certain teams that they call them a cupcake schedule? What do y'all think about that? Are y'all against some of these big teams, these big schools playing these smaller schools, blowing them out by 85? Do you think it's all a part of the game? Do you really not care? Are you only really concerned about conference play and you don't really care what happens before that? Like, what do y'all think about that? Because I hear people say, well, there's those teams like, Notre Dame, LSU, USC that are playing, like, have a really, really easy schedule. A lot of their non-conference play is against like these smaller schools that they can have their way with. And then schools like South Carolina and UConn have a tougher schedule, or are playing more ranked teams and more, bigger schools or schools compared to them, giving them much more of a challenge. Not to say that they don't also play smaller schools, because they do, and not to say that these other teams only play smaller schools, because they don't. But they're just saying, like, South Carolina, UConn play more ranked schools outside of their conference versus some of those other ones. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all care at all? Does it bother you? Do you feel a certain way about the teams that do that? Do you feel like the accolades and the scoring that they get, the stats that they get by playing these teams, do you feel like they're not legitimate because they are playing against teams that aren't up to their caliber? Like, what do y'all think about that? I'm interested to know as I'm pulling up these scores from the other week. Let me see what y'all had to say. RC says, AB, if you still here, do you think Sabrina, Asia, or Caitlin will go Unrivaled? Join Unrivaled, 5 spots left. It's 4 spots left. RC, we just looked them up. And I know you're asking AB, but I don't think so. Asia said she's not playing basketball. So I guess unless they're throwing a big bag at her, I think Asia likes what she does off season. She says she will be happy to go to the games because obviously she'll be in Miami. But she'll come watch her teammates, but she's not planning on playing. She said that for sure. I think Sabrina has an injury. Didn't she? She fractured something in her hand or something like that during the final. So I don't think she's doing anything but healing. And then as far as Caitlin is concerned, I was told by the fans that she was too good to play with everybody else. So I don't even know if she is going to do it. But she also said that she wasn't planning on playing basketball off season. She wanted to take time to like rest and get away from basketball for a little bit. And then she'll start doing her workouts and stuff like that. So those 3 being there, but we'll see. They extended it, so we'll see what happens. RC says, Jay, I've seen some people say they're deeply aggravated by the Slaughterfest games. I have a decent take on that. What do you think, RC? KRL, hey, what's going on? KRL says, I'm kind of over the blowouts. Also, I'm ready for conference play because it's just more entertaining. Yeah, because conference play doesn't even start until, January is when they start conference play. So we got some time, or does it start in December? I don't really remember, but yeah, I'll watch it because I want to see my players and see what they're doing and see how they developed. But the blowouts, they kind of, it's not, I get bored Adrian says they need to mix it up. Groovy says nothing is real until conference play or Power 4 versus Power 4. Jonathan says in a start of a season, the big good schools always start off playing smaller, weaker schools. It gives them a warm up for real competition. KRL says Asia already says she's not playing. Caitlin seems to be enjoying playing golf, and Sabrina's trying to heal that part. I mean, I personally, I'm going to be honest. Some people may take this and say I'm a hater. I would love the peace and quiet of just enjoying a basketball experience without some of Caitlin's quote unquote fans, because we know most of them aren't real fans, but they love to come and antagonize everybody else who just wants to watch basketball. And we're already going to have to deal with that in the W. I would just rather enjoy Unrivaled with the players that they have without that fan base. Now, if she can come play and leave them at home, that would be awesome. But that's not going to happen. That whole thing, I don't need Sports Center sending out alerts because she got bumped in an Unrivaled game. I don't need to be on no front page and reporters asking and writing about it. It's just, I need a break from that. I just want to enjoy basketball and have a good time and deal with the regular discourse that goes on when you watch sports. So for that, I would like her to not be there. If she can, like I said, if she can come without all that extra stuff, that'd be great, but people don't know how to act. So I just want a break from all that madness and just enjoy some good basketball. I'm excited to see like what this league is going to be and like all the rules and regulations of it. I think it's going to be fun. RC says, okay, so here goes. I personally feel like when top-notch teams play the pushovers, I watch for two things only. I watch the stars and players on top-notch teams to see how they challenge themselves. Yeah, I get that. And then he also says, and two, I watch the cupcake team to see if anyone on their team is driven to play well in spite of the thrashing. I look for just one player giving everything they personally have. And I agree with that. RC is very, very similar. And not to say Notre Dame is our scrubs, but if y'all remember the game last year between South Carolina and Notre Dame in Paris, it was the very first game. And South Carolina blew Notre Dame away, blew them out the water. It wasn't even close. But Hannah Hidalgo was playing her heart out. I think she had 32 points that game, 31 or 32 points, something like that. She was going crazy. Like, she wasn't giving up. She was still that same player she is today, diving for those 50-50 balls, going for the steal, playing with so much passion, so much energy, gassing her team up, being excited when they scored. She played like they were winning. That's how she was playing. Or she was playing like they were only down by 2 and not down by 25 or something like that. So I agree with you on that, RC. I do look for stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, near the end, like when I know like they're not going to catch up after a while, I'm bored of it. But yeah, I do like to see what the top-notch team is bringing, because even when you watch LSU, I didn't watch the last game. I couldn't catch it, but the first few games that they played, they weren't great in the third quarter. I'm talking about exhibition games as well. Like, they came out blowing teams out, but the third quarter, like, I think it was 3 games in a row, they were like sluggish or just not the same team, and they were allowing, even though the team wasn't going to catch up, if you look quarter by quarter, they were allowing those teams to be close in that third quarter. So that was something I felt like they could work on as they're going through their season. And now I think they've kind of fixed that. But yeah, I look for stuff like that. So even if they're getting blown out, any little thing, you don't want to, if South Carolina is blowing a team out, I hope you don't think that Dawn is not going to bench somebody for missing a defensive assignment. She don't care if they up by 50. If you don't defend that ball like you were supposed to, or if you're getting too cocky, or you're not paying attention and getting back on defense, or you're trying to be too flashy on the offense and not running the sets, you're going to get on the bench because she takes that seriously. So yeah, I also look for stuff like that. Jonathan says, in the same fans that said they are now said that are now complaining that Caitlin is not getting picked for Unrivaled. I know. A lot of them are wishy-washy, you know. They said they were too good. She was too good to be a part of it. Now it's like, oh, they need her. They have to have her on there. And then now they're upset that she might not be a part of it. But I think she just doesn't, like she said, she's been playing her and Camilla. I'm surprised Camilla Cardoso is over in China. I mean, I'm not surprised. I know she wants to work on her game and she wants to get better. Plus she wants to make more money to support her family. But they haven't had time off. Like literally, they have been playing basketball since probably August of last year, all the way through, going right into the W, playing that whole thing. They did get a little break for the Olympics, but then they came back, had to play that. And then now they get a little break. And then, you know, Camilla's already over there getting ready to play basketball again. And she's not going to come back till March. And then it's time for training camp. So, you know, I can see her, Caitlin, saying like, I want a break. Like, I want to go play golf. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to, you know, just do nothing. And when it's time for me to get back into shape, or, you know, I can still do my workouts during this time, I'm going to do that. I don't necessarily, you know, fault her for not wanting to do it. And the people that are doing it, I think that's very good for someone like, people like Rakia, like the rookies, Rakia, Kate Martin, Angel, working on their development. I think that's a big thing. 3-on-3 basketball is not like 5-on-5. You know, your defense is exposed, your offense is exposed. Like, you have little room for error. So if you can be good at playing 3-on-3, is also more fast paced. It's more one-on-one basketball. It's going to help you be a better defender. It's going to help you be a better scorer. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help your overall game if you continue to work at it. And then Unrivaled does have those state-of-the-art player development coaches from the NBA that are going to be there. So it's a win-win, I guess, either way. If you're Caitlin, go there and play or not. Or I mean, she might not even want to play 3-on-3. Like, we haven't thought about that yet. Like, her playing one-on-one basketball, I don't see Caitlin as a one-on-one basketball type of player. Like, she can pull up and shoot. Like, she can drive to the basket. But if it's a lot of just one-on-one, I don't know if that's her style, if she's even interested. So we'll see. Carol says, I agree. While CC is cool, I don't want to deal with that either. Moses says, I like watching the non-conference games. Doesn't matter to me. Oklahoma lost to Southern last season, so those cupcake games aren't always guaranteed win for the big schools. That's also true. AB says, I'm with you. RC says, J-Spot, LOL, that's something I was trying to walk a fine line with in terms of addressing it. I know you got to watch your back, because, you know, you got the fans are on your side. You know what I'm saying? You talk a lot about Caitlin. You're a big Caitlin fan, so you kind of got to watch how you say it, but I said it for you. KRL says, if she gets hurt while playing Unrivaled, we will never hear the end of that. Ugh. If she gets touched, we're not going to hear the end of it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Jonathan says, yes, I agree. The Caitlin fans talking about she's too good for Unrivaled. They're going to get pissed if Caitlin doesn't get picked for Unrivaled. I just don't think she wants to do it. I don't even think it's about getting picked or not. I think she said at the end of the season she wasn't playing basketball. So, I mean, I'm sure Unrivaled had already talked to her, or her agent at least said, hey, is this something that you want to do? This is a new league, blah, 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 this and that. So I'm sure conversations have been had, and, you know, there's still 4 more people. I mean, I'm hoping she doesn't, like I said, but there's still 4 more spots, and I guess we'll see if she decides to do it or not. But yeah, her fans, a lot of the ones that cause a lot of the issues will also be delusional and thinking that it was something that they missed out on, and they're stupid for not having Caitlin on the team or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. RC says, Jay, they act like she's a 6-year-old baby phenom phenom playing basketball or playing pro ball. Like, y'all chill out. She's going to get hit. If they don't want to see her get hit or see her hit, she needs to put on a helmet and shoulder pads. Right. She plays basketball. And that's what we've been saying all year. Like, Caitlin's not made out of porcelain. She plays basketball. She knows the game that she's playing. She knows this. It's not even her. It is these fans or these, I don't even know if I want to call them fans, whatever they are. It's just, they do too much. They don't know basketball. They don't know about the game of basketball. They are stands. It's stand culture. It's when you throw out reality, any kind of logic, any kind of critical thinking, any kind of common sense, and you're only hyper focused on that one player or that one person. And nothing they do is bad. Nothing they do needs improvement. Nothing they do, they don't see them in any other light than sitting on this pedestal. And they, anything that comes in the way of them being the best, whatever this is, image, they attack. So, I mean, the girl plays basketball. I don't know. It's not a knitting class. People are going to get fouled hard. I just watched college basketball and somebody just got knocked on their head. She had to be taken out of the game. That's just part of the game. They didn't mean to knock her down. It happened. It was a hard foul. The person got called for it. But, it happens. Same thing, NBA, someone got swiped across the face, got hit directly in the nose. They got called for a flagrant, because that's what a flagrant is, when you hit someone above the shoulders. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't that they meant to do it, but it happened. They got taken off. They got the flagrant foul. The person wasn't playing, but I didn't see any of that on SportsCenter. I didn't even see an alert. I don't even remember who the person was that got hit in the face. That's the difference of people when it's just a game. We know it's part of the game because no one else gets those alerts, only her. And that's what makes it tiring, Jonathan says, real basketball fans want to watch basketball peacefully. Wherever Caitlin goes, they will follow her. Yeah, true. RC says, JLMAO, Notre Dame knocked the socks and sleeves off of Purdue players on Sunday. That's the downer part. Some of those thrashings get so bad the game is over by halftime. Yep. RC says, case in point, my Hawkeyes played Toledo earlier today. By halftime, it was 51-21. It kind of took all the suspense out of the game for me. A good team not giving up a 30-point lead. Yep. RC also says, Jay, stay tuned. I'm going to address the Caitlin Unrivaled. Should she come or should she pass it up, and the fans aspect of it in a video drop in a few hours. Oh, okay. I can't wait to watch it. Also, I'm a true fan of the game, Jay. You absolutely know this. No, Caitlin doesn't mean I'm not watching. I'm watching regardless. There's some high quality superstar talent that will be there. Yep. It's gonna be a good group of women that are playing on this team. And then for it to be 3-on-3, I'm just really excited to see it. Jonathan said, yes, 3-on-3 is much more challenging than 5-on-5. Like, you can't hide your defense or offense. Trying to compete in that is even harder to do. Yep. Moses says, it's so peaceful watching college basketball without Caitlin this season. Jonathan says, it's even hard to pick and roll on 3-on-3. Right. So again, that's what Angel was pointing out. Like, she really wants to do this because she wants to get better at defense. She wants to get better at taking people off the dribble and playing them one-on-one. She wants to sharpen her offensive skills and get better. She wants to get better at defense and being exposed, like, for those things to be exposed out there, where it's just, you can't hide, is only going to make you better. So I commend those players that some of those players are playing in Unrivaled just to play. It's giving them an opportunity to have equity in this league. It's giving an opportunity to make money and not have to go overseas, which some of these players have never had the opportunity to do that. It's giving them an opportunity to kind of stay in shape before the season starts. But it also gives some people some opportunity to develop. So I like it. I think it's going to be good. I called them her clan. So do I. Jonathan says, trust me, we don't need Caitlin's fake, toxic fan base, and Unrivaled. The league will grow without them or her. Moses, RC says to Moses, don't be surprised if you see a make Caitlin great again. Oh my God. Too soon, too soon. Jonathan says, I'd rather watch a slow growing league supported by real basketball fans that know basketball than a fast rushing league, growing league by obnoxious fake racist and tethered fans. Yeah. I just want peace. I just want to enjoy basketball. Like I've been enjoying, well, not really super enjoying college yet because we ain't got down to the nitty gritty. But I just want to enjoy basketball and, go about my day. Like there is a lot, there is some now I don't want to get it twisted. People still go ham for these teams. I've seen already LSU and South Carolina fans going at each other already. Pretty tough. And I try to stay out of it, obviously, because I'm a fan of both. But, it can get pretty toxic as well. But if you add that other layer of what her fan base brings, it's just too much because the media's in on it. Newspapers, social media, Sports Center, podcasts, talking heads, celebrities, like it gets to be too much. So, I can shut off social media, but it's very hard to like not see it on TV or not read it in the article or whatever, like they do whenever it's surrounding Caitlin. So, yeah. RC says Jonathan. Oh, Stephanie White says she will demand some team defense and unity on defense. I'm more concerned with can she make CC commit to defense? That's something we'll have to see. I don't know I would think over the years of her playing, like she's going to get better on defense. Like you can't be an offense only player. And I'm not saying she is, but I'm saying at some point you have to play defense because you're going to become a liability when they know that you're not going to defend them. Like, what I'm saying? They can just brush right past you. They can do some switches and you're not helping them. The same way you can be a liability on offense, like, my homie Kia was for the Aces. You can be a liability on defense as well. So I think as she continues to grow, she's going to, you just have to, right? Like, I don't know any player that just doesn't ever, they don't want to play defense, but if you want to win championships at some point, you're probably going to have to like beef up your defense a little bit. You may not be the best on the floor, but you got to try, you know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be part of her game. Jonathan says the fake fanboys is making y'all real fans look bad. RC says that I miss you talking about Tyler Marsh Chicago Sky introductory press conference. Yeah, I talked about that in the beginning. I didn't go in depth with it. Pretty much he just said he was happy to be there. He talked about developing Angel and Camilla, and that even though they may be the cornerstones of the franchise players. So for those people that were out there that says Angel wasn't a franchise player, sorry to tell you, she is. I said that before. Her and Camilla were brought there to become the faces of that Chicago Sky team. It's just going to take some time. But just like Tyler said, although they are the cornerstone of that organization, he wants to build around them. He understands that it's going to take everybody on that team, 1 through 12, to get them where they need to be to become a championship team, like he's seen happen on the Aces, like he's seen happen in the G League and in the NBA. He knows what winning looks like. So it sounds to me like he's very intentional about trying to get the best out of every single person that's on that team. Not necessarily just, obviously focusing on Angel and Camilla because they're new. They're not rookies, but they're still new. They still have things to learn. They still have to grow. They still need to be developed. But you also want to empower your vets as well to know what their roles are, to know where they can help out, how they can be integral to the team, and celebrate all of them. Like, know that they don't win unless all of them are willing to do what it takes. It's not just going to be one or three people or five people or just the five starters or maybe one person extra on the bench. Like, it's going to take a total team effort. And that sounds like that's what he's going for. He talked about getting shooters on the team. He talked about adding the pieces that they need to have on the team to make them better. So it sounds like, obviously we know, well, not, I don't know, obviously, but I know from watching him, I've seen him on social media commenting about Chicago when he was on the Aces and commenting about Angel and just saying like, this is a tough team. They have a ton of heart. They're gritty. I love their fight. I love Angel's, motor and stuff like that. He's only had good things to say. So he's been watching and he kind of knows kind of what they had going on. And then for him to be a coach, obviously when they played them, there's scouting that had to be done. So, I mean, he knows kind of what that team was last season. And I mean, he's excited to see, what he can do with that team. He's still, I mean, it's a fairly young team. I mean, Kennedy was only in the league for 3 years last season. This season, if she's there, that's her 4th year. Mick was 4 years in. This should be her 5th year, I believe. You both have Angel, Camilla in their 2nd year. They're going to get 2 first-round draft picks, and they'll probably maybe draft someone else as well. So if they keep them, those are new players on the team. I don't know what they're going to do with the other players. We know E. Will is staying. We know Big Mama is there. I believe Lindsay is there on contract. Diamond, I believe, or she might be a free agent. I'm not really sure. Mariah is there because she's on contract. But I think he's going to shake it up. He's going to do a good job. So it sounds like he's very committed to development and helping them have a community, helping them have a culture, and helping them have like an identity on what they really want to be. So I'm excited for that. And then they showed video today. He was already in the gym working with having practice or working with Mick and E. Will are the people that were in the video. I mean, in the picture that I saw. I'm not sure who else was there, but already at the gym. That's what he does. That's what the Aces said he was doing. Like, literally, he leads all off-season practices and conditioning and anything that they needed to work on. He was the lead in that. I mean, the day after, not the day after, 2 days after the Aces won the championship. Well, I'm gonna say after the parade. After the parade was over, Jackie was in the gym with Tyler. I saw the videos. Like, they were already working out with KP and Jackie and Tyler. Already working out 2 days after the championship. Like, they were having a good time, still partying and stuff. Y'all know how the Aces got down last year. But already in the gym 2 days after they win the championship or 2 days after the championship parade, and then just kept working up until they started trying out for the USA team and doing the exhibition games and things like that. But that's the type of guy Tyler seems to be. So I'm very excited for that, to see what he's going to do with that team. So there you go. I talked about Tyler. Moses says, I watched Iowa versus Virginia Tech game with Peace the other day. There's a welcome difference without her there. Okay. RC says, Jay, I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up. But I peep game. Some of those people ain't never liked Iowa in the day of their life. Now they're all Iowa fans because it's CC alma mater. Yeah, anything associated with her, I'm sure they're going to try to act like, they were always there. But you know who they are. Jonathan says to RC, I hope so, because Stephanie needs to let Caitlin know that being a straight offensive player is not going to get her a championship. RC says to Moses, it's a lot of people who left and jumped off the Iowa bandwagon, and some of them faking the funk. It is what it is. RC says, who's your favorite women's college basketball player this season, Jay? Is it Juju, Lay, Hannah, Chloe, Kiki? How do you say her name? Because we weren't saying it right. Arief Finn. That's how you say it. The Finn is the accent, is where you put your your accent there. Aria Finn. Audie, Cody, McMahon, HVL. Okay, you know it ain't HVL. My favorite, they've only played a few games. Don't make me pick. Ooh, all of them have been doing well though. If I had to pick a player of the week, and I might start doing that, one of my faves of the week, I might go. I mean, Flage hit her 1,000 this past week. Flage's been balling, averaging 22, 23 points a game. Hannah's been balling. She had another 20 plus point game. The last game she had over 20 something points. The game before that she had over 20 something points. Anissa Morrow got a 2020 game, 20 points, 21 rebounds, or 21 points, 20 rebounds, something like that. Olivia Miles has been balling. Juju's been balling. Chloe Kitts had that one good game. Then she had to sit out. Lay hasn't been doing as much. Like, she did score well this last game, but if I had to pick one this week I'm going with Olivia Miles. That's my fave this week. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna keep thinking it over. It's that, and it's very close to Flage. Olivia Miles and Flage are like right there for me. Jonathan says, if Tyler's going to build around Angel Camilla, then I'm going to need him and Jeff to sign Kennedy back on the team. And from there, is some good available free agents that the Sky can sign. Yep, I agree. RC says, I hope they don't start that BS back up next year when Addie arrives. Let's see. Adrian's in the house. Hey, Jay. Hey, Adrian. RC, don't forget Flage. I didn't forget Flage. Area Finn. No, but they said it that she wanted them to make sure that they were pronouncing her name right when they played whatever game that was when they played on ESPN. They made sure that he was saying it right. So it's Area Finn. The FEN is where you put the emphasis on. And she says that she wanted to make sure everybody knows how to say her name because people have been saying it wrong the whole time. So whether it's Area Finn or Aria Finn, but it's the Finn part, Area Finn. And I kept practicing it because I wanted to know how to say it right. Jay, stop it. HVL bouncing back hard to TXU. She might be. You mean TCU? She might be. I haven't seen her play, but I heard what she scored 21 points her last game. Big FO giving us Mo. Big Fo giving us Mo. Okay. MJ Lover's in the house. What up, though? What's going on, MJ? Kyra is in the house. I forgot to say your little yerp. Where is it at? What's going on, Jay? I've been watching. I just don't have my glasses to be typing much. It's okay. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Jonathan says Juju and Kiki been balling, but there's this one girl on USC that plays point guard by the name of Kennedy Smith. Yes, I saw her. Yeah, she was balling. Kennedy Smith has caught my eye. She's been really impressive this year. Yeah, I thought she did. She was doing great. What time is it? I'm trying to order food, y'all. I forgot I was supposed to order it a long time ago. Should have been here. MJ Lover says I was saying it the right way and they told me I was wrong. Well, you were right, because she said, she's been allowing people to say it wrong for a long time, but since she's starting not starting over, but now she's at USC, kind of a fresh start over there, she wanted her name to be pronounced correctly, is what she said. RC says MJ Lover, I only seen Juju Watkins play 3 times. Don't tell Juju Middleton. Jonathan says I hope Flage breaks Caitlin's scoring record. I don't think, well, what is she? She's a junior. I mean, if she keeps scoring the way she's scoring right now, it might be possible, but it's going to take a lot because that's only one more year. I don't know if she scored enough in her 2 prior years to come close to that, but Juju might do that. And if Hannah keeps scoring a lot, she might do that because for a while, what was it? Juju and Hannah were going neck and neck against the most points being scored by a freshman. So I think one of them may be able to do it. Zah says, "Hey, I caught you. Yep, I'm here." She says, "What up, chat?" Moses says, "Juju will surpass Caitlin, no doubt." All right, so let me see if I can share my screen. With y'all, if y'all can see. Uh-oh. Just go to these scores real quick. So the last games that South Carolina, what? This is old. Coppin State. Oh, here it is. So they played Michigan. They didn't play that many games. So they played Michigan. That was their first game. We had talked about that. NC State, South Carolina played them. And it looked in the beginning that it might be a game, but after that, it only took a little bit for South Carolina to really get into it, and it was a wrap. And someone who was non-existent, wait, let me take that off. I want this other one to be put up there. The player that used to be on South Carolina, not Isaiah James, she was balling. Sanaya Rivers, yeah. She wasn't really there. Like, she only had 4 points, but the person I kept hearing about is Zamaria Jones, 16 points. She was balling. Isaiah had started cooking a little bit, 13 points. Zoe Brooks, 11 points. But this Zamaria, is she a freshman? She was tough. She was tough. She was one that, RC, when you say a team is getting blown out, you like to see the players on the other team, how they're reacting, and if there's anybody standing out. She stood out. That's somebody that if I'm watching NC State play again, I'm going to have my eye on her for sure. Because she was balling. On the South Carolina side, Pow had a game. It was her game. She was everywhere. She wasn't just shooting threes, though. She did take 7 3-point attempts. She made 3 of those. But Pow has been working on her driving game, like driving through the lane, her pull-up game a little bit, taking those mid-range shots. Like, you can see she's been working in the offseason while they haven't been playing. Like, you can tell that she's really been trying to work on some other skills other than being known as just like a 3-point shooter. She was doing a lot of work in the paint. And, obviously with them not having Camilla anymore, they still haven't got their person yet. And Chloe didn't play that game. So they still haven't gotten that go-to person yet. That normally they drive their offense to. So her stepping up big in that game was really good. Also, for Wiley had a good game at 18 points. Her and Pow were, for a while going back and forth. Joyce Edwards also, even though she didn't score a bunch, she had 8 points. She had a presence there. So I'm really happy with South Carolina so far. And I thought I was sharing that. My bad. I'm just talking and y'all couldn't see what I was talking about, but let me see. RC says Sanaya Rivers not going pro at all. She keeps this up, Jay. Is she a senior? AAW says all the Gamecock transports are nice. Talasia Cooper, I wish she stayed. RC says when Chloe wasn't playing, I turned the channel. I was super upset. You can't. Now, you just talked about being a fan that you're not going to stop watching just because your fave ain't playing. And look at you. Chloe didn't play and you didn't watch the game? What's up with that? Come on. Oh. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to order my food real quick. I don't know what time they close. They're probably about to close right now. Popcorn shrimp. Should I get that? If y'all don't know, I don't eat pork, beef, chicken. I only eat seafood. I don't want all that. I'm going to order this. Let me get cocktail sauce. All right. RC says, I don't know why I turned. I just did. Jay, I thought you didn't eat meat. Seafood. I eat seafood. Back to some of these other ones. How long did Kelsey have the scoring record? Like 7 years. Yeah. Kelsey Plum had the scoring record in 2017 is when she got the record. And so Cece got it in, what was it, 2024? So what is that? 7 years. She had it for 7 years. Jonathan says, what is that? Washington? Wisconsin? AAW says Arizona's Lauren Swan has been looking good. Betts also made me take notice for the first time. Swartz from Michigan, she's wild too. That's crazy. Moses says Joyce Edwards impressed me versus NC State. Jonathan says Juju getting teased for only scoring 16 points in her second game, but no one noticed her all-around skills like great defensive awareness and sharing the ball to her teammates. Yeah, that's the thing with high scorers. When they're scoring champs like that, Caitlin Clark, Juju, Big Foe right now, Flage, like people like to see people score a bunch of points, but the thing is they treat them like flops if they don't score those 30 points. If they leave the game scoring 19 is like a failure. And that's something that Kelsey Plum had talked about when she came into the W, because she was known for her scoring, obviously, because she had the scoring record. But when she got to the W, she struggled a little bit, and she kind of lost her identity because she wasn't scoring as many points. And she said she would read articles and she would read stuff and people would be like, oh, she sucks because she only scored 17. And she was like, yeah, but we won. Like the team won. Like, why? I didn't need to score 30, 40 points. I didn't need to do the stuff that I was doing in college because, we were good. But yeah, I mean, it's all a part of like entertainment and flashiness, and people like to see those high scores, and they do feel like they're flops if they don't score the points that they would normally score. So yeah, I get that. Did you know Juju is leading in blocks and steals? I did not know that. That's good to know. I already read that. Jonathan says, when Angel Reese got hurt for the rest of the season due to her wrist injury, I was still watching the Sky in the WNBA, even though I really didn't want to watch. Yeah, I mean, I was hurt, but, I'm a fan of basketball. I'm still a fan of Camilla as well. I mean, Camilla and Angel are my two favorite players coming out of college. Obviously, y'all know that. So yeah, I was still gonna even when after Camilla got hurt and then Kennedy wasn't playing, I was still watching because I had become a fan of the Chicago Sky and I just wanted to see what they were gonna do. Even with half my team on the bench, I was still rooting for Big Mama, still rooting for Mick, still wanted, Izzy out there to, help score and stuff like that. So um yeah, it happens. We may not be as entertained when our faves aren't there, but we still want to support. Country says Arizona is good this year. Oh, Jonathan says that was a mistake for some reason. Your chat won't allow me to erase the typo. Sorry. Oh no, you're good. Keisha's in the house. Keisha says, "Hello, everyone. I thought when WNBA was over, we would hear less about CC, and now that CC into golf, she's talked about it all day." Well, I have all that muted, so I don't see any of that. I don't see any of that. But I heard, yes, she is golfing, and I mean, hopefully she's doing very well. Golfing is hard to do, but that also allows you to have strength in certain places. So hopefully it works out for her. Jonathan says, welcome to HDTV, said it best. If the best scorer has to score 30 or 40 points a game, then your team is not that good. Yeah, if they have to score all those points all the time, then you got to reevaluate your team. Now it's cool to see it. I'm not saying that we don't want to see it. I think it's awesome when, like I was saying, Hannah was scoring 28 points. By the way, Notre Dame has no bench. Like Leah Tu King, who's a transfer from Pitt, who's been playing really well, got hurt tonight. I believe she probably has a concussion, so she's probably not going to be playing for a few days. I don't know what the protocol is for that, but they literally have nobody on the bench. I think they have one, maybe two players available to play. So they have like last game they had 7 players available to play. And if Aaliyah 2 got hurt today, I don't know if that makes it 6. I saw somebody else come off the bench today that I hadn't seen before. So maybe they made someone else eligible or something like that. But they don't have a bench. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of points coming from Olivia and Sonia Citron and Hannah because they have to. They don't have anything really else, and they share the ball pretty well. So it's going to be some even scoring. But obviously, if you're playing against teams where you're blowing them out, you're going to be able to have several players have 20 or something points, and still have some people have 15 or some people have 10 or something like that. Keisha says, "What do you think about LSU?" What do you mean? Because I think we were having this conversation earlier. What do you mean by LSU? Just what do I think about them overall, or what do I think about their schedules, or what? Keisha says, "I like how UConn play together." I need to watch. I haven't been able to watch them play. I do want to see that. Since we're talking about LSU, let's bring them up. Where is it at? Let's see. Let's see. Women's basketball. Oh, they play. Give me a second, y'all. It doesn't want to load. Okay, here we go. I think. Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'll share my screen and we'll talk about LSU. All right. So You know who I need to score 30 to 40 points a game? The USC's or any great team's bench. USC's or any great team's bench. Yeah. When you get that bench production out of there, you're doing well. Keisha said overall. LSU, I like LSU. I like what they're doing. I like Miracle Shepherd is going to be a problem. Big Foe is already a problem. Anissa Morrow, the way that she rebounds that ball, y'all, like, you not getting that ball. Like, you can hear her smack that ball in her hands, like, across the court. Like, you know she got that rebound. I love how aggressive she is. I love how passionate she is. I love when she scores, she talks noise. I love it. Michaela's looking good. I think they're looking good. Now, where they're lacking is Aaliyah Del Rosario needs to, she has some improvement to do. She's coming off an injury, so it's going to take some time for her to get there. Wolfenberger, is it Wolfenberger? Jersey. But I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but she seems a little shaky in the beginning, but she also was not playing all last year. So, we have to give her grace. But as she keeps playing, she's looking better. I think LSU, I don't know if it's just the teams that they're playing against. I'm going to see what they do once conference play starts, or when they really get like a really good opponent. But LSU is looking good. Like, they are coming out of the gate fast. They are efficient. They are good on defense. They are running that ball. They're good on ball movement. They're looking good. And it's all started with Foe. Like, if you need a score somewhere, she got the midi. She got the three. She's still killing people with that Euro step. She got doing little spin tricks and stuff in the paint. And if she can't get it, you got Anissa right there. Like, they're good. They're good. I like what I see. And it's not just the people that I name. Like, they look good as a unit. So hopefully that's something that they can sustain throughout this season, because I think they're only going to get better. And that's why I honestly don't really care. I'm not that big on, like, yeah, they might have what they call a cupcake schedule, but if this is what Kim Mulkey needs to, like, get her team together, she has a lot of new people on her team, a lot of new roles, trying to get them to gel, trying to get them to learn the sets and run the plays and know the schemes and all that other stuff. If this is allowed, if they can do it, why not? Why not use this opportunity to, get your team in the best possible shape as they can be? So when it's conference play, they're ready to go. So, I mean, I don't particularly want to see the blowouts again, but I like to watch. Like, I like to watch them individually play. Like, I like to watch them succeed as a team, but I like to see what each individual player has, and then what I feel like they may need to work on. But I like LSU. I think they're going to be really, 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 really good this season. This last game they just played 117-44. That's crazy. That's the one where Nice got her 2020 game. Now, she's had 2020 games before, but this was it her first one? She's the third player in LSU history, third women's player to do it. Sylvia Files, of course, Angel Reese, and now her having a 2020 game, 21 points, 20 rebounds. Oh, Rashad is good too. Samaya Smith is good to see her back. She's been clutch. Samaya Smith has been clutch. Kaylin Gilbert as well. Yeah, they're good. Even Monty's been out there. Like, Monty didn't get a chance to play last season. Like, Kim having Monty out there, like, she's doing her rotations deeper. We don't have Poa right now, but I like what Kim is doing. Like she's seeming to like trust her team a lot more than last season, and I like what LSU is doing. I do. Uh AB says Notre Dame is going to struggle down. Well, I mean, if y'all remember last season, they didn't really have a bench either, especially when they got into the tournament when they lost Kylie Watson due to that ACL injury. But when they started, Olivia Miles wasn't playing. Soon as they started playing, Sonia Citron got hurt. Um, and they had another player that was out. But they were playing with a short a short roster last season, which is why Hannah Hidalgo, it was Hannah Hidalgo, Sonia Citron when she came back, and Maddie Westbelt, who kind of helped carry the team um, with Anna DeWolf as well. Oh, sorry, y'all. But yeah, they seem resilient, like they can still be okay. But if somebody gets into foul trouble, I think like the freshman got hit in the eye today, Koval. She got hit in the eye, and the commentator was like, "Well, she got to stay in because they don't have anybody to replace her." So, Leah King got hurt, and they didn't have any subs left, so she just had to stay in playing with one eye. Moses says, in my opinion, I want to see LSU play a legit team to truly know how good they are right now. I do love the depth and the good play at guard so far. Moses says, I just call her Wolf. Okay. Uh, Last Tirapoa is back as well. She's back with the team. I saw a little advertisement, something they were doing. I thought it was pretty dope. It was just her dribbling on the court. Keisha says, they all play weak teams, not just LSU. Yeah. And we were talking about that earlier. A lot of teams are doing that. And especially like it doesn't really matter before conference play. It just depends on what method the coach wants to use. Because whether you play a really tough team or whether you play an easy team, they both have their methods of, you know, how they're going to get to the end, how they're going to get to the tournament and make it to the championship game. And do we play some easier teams to work out, like I said, schemes, but we can also preserve our bodies and we're not having to overexert ourselves too early. We can have a gradual, slow build, or are we just going to go balls to the wall and try to get as many tough opponents as we can so we're conditioned for that? So when it's time for conference play, we're ready. Like every coach has a different method, so I ain't mad at it. Political Lil, hey, political. Looks like it's going to be a dog fight of a season. Yep, I agree. Jonathan says, I actually like to see blowout games, which is why I play Madden and NCAA college football 25. I always blow up my teams by at least 50 points. Well, when I play my aces on NBA 2K24, because I haven't bought 25 yet, I need a new Xbox. I usually blow my teams out too. But that's just because I'm still trying to figure out what each player can do and their shooting and all that. So if I happen to blow your team out while I'm like trying to figure out how to get Asia to do a Euro step, then that's what I do. Keisha says Kim has loosened up big time. Yeah, I feel like she's way more trusting of this team this season than she was last season. I mean, no shade to those other players, but she would not budge from like a 7-person rotation. Maybe eight, but she was definitely not going past that. If she had to play Angel and Flage them 40 minutes, then that's what she was gonna do. Because it just wasn't. She wasn't doing that. So I don't know if this is just the beginning, and when she gets to conference play, she's gonna tighten it up. I'm not really sure, but I like that she's giving these players a lot more playing time this time around. Who did I bring up? I had LSU. I did South Carolina. And we kind of talked about Notre Dame already. I don't have to really bring them up. Political says all the teams use non-conference schedules to work on things and build up conference play. And then tournament, each team is different. Yep, you are correct. Give me those thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If everything works out with my work schedule, guys, this Sunday is the lottery draft is happening at 5:00 my time Central on ESPN. Lottery draft is when the bottom four teams find out what picks they're going to get. So LA, Dallas, Washington, Chicago are all a part of the lottery draft. They'll figure out if they get what pick they get between 1 and 4. We know this season or this year or going into 2025 when they do the draft, the Valkyries will have the 5th pick. So we will find out who's getting what pick. We also know Chicago or Dallas has a swap with Chicago. So if Chicago gets a higher draft pick than Dallas, that's going to be swapped. I'm pretty sure of it. So if Chicago were to get the number 1 pick, that would be Dallas's pick, and they will swap with whatever Dallas is. So we won't know until Sunday, but I'm supposed to be live with Cess Talk Sports as we live stream during that draft or that lottery pick or lottery draft. And if I don't have to work, I will be live. But my work schedule has changed and it has continued to change so much. I don't know if I'll be off in time to be there. But even if I'm not, still check out Cess because she will be live for sure. But hopefully I will be off and we can all watch it together and have a good time. Political says Bout's getting a really high pick. Yeah, they gave him 5. I don't know how they determined that or whatever, but that's what they got. They got 5. Keisha says Angel brother Juju is a senior this year. Yeah, I saw that. They did she posted like a little video of him or whatever that it was saying that he did very well. I think he had 21 points or whatever the other night. He's doing well there in Maryland. But yeah, I think that's about it. I have something in the works for Unrivaled. I'm still working on the details, but I might have a separate show that I'll be doing where I cover Unrivaled, especially since we know the schedule. They're going to play the same 3 days every week. They'll be televised on TNT stations, and all the games will be streamed on Max. It used to be called HBO Max. Now I think it's called just Max now. So I'll be able to catch all of the games, and hopefully that'll work out. And you can catch me doing that as well. But that won't start till January, so we got a little time for that. Political says, let's go. Number 1 to LA, 2 to Dallas, 3 to Chicago, 4 to Atlanta. I think that would be the order. Okay. That's what Political Lil says. What do y'all think? LA number 1, Dallas gets the 2nd pick, Chicago gets the 3rd pick, Atlanta gets the 4th pick. That I think I agree with that one. I agree with that. We'll see. Are all the coaches in place? For what? What are you talking about? The W or for Unrivaled? Because if it's W, then we already know, no, they're not in place. Dallas doesn't have a coach, but Kurt is the GM. LA doesn't have a coach, and Washington doesn't have a coach. So the only team in that lottery draft that has a coach is Tyler. But at least, all of them have their GMs. Well, no, Washington doesn't have a GM. So, gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna name them all before Sunday happens, but maybe. We shall see. We shall see. I'm only concerned about Chicago. Chicago got their coach now, so I can rest easy and let Tyler do his thing. Atlanta does have a new coach. We talked about Atlanta's coach, but I thought you were just talking about it in the draft lottery. So yes, Atlanta has a coach. So we're still missing though Connecticut, Washington, Dallas, and LA. Right? Dallas. I did this earlier and I still couldn't remember. I'm sleepy, y'all. All right, that is all I have for today. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments, all the thumbs up, all the subs. I'm trying to get to 1,000 guys. Last I checked, I was like at 940 something. Please help me to get to 1,000. That'll be so great. That's one of my goals, is to get to 1,000, and then I'm gonna go on from there. But that was my first goal. Well, my first goal was to get to 500, and I did that, and now I'm very close to 1,000. I would love to do that. So please, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you like the show or you like to be a part of the chat and all that stuff, please tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. We can all hang out and have a good time. It is free to sub. My show is not monetized, so everything is free over here. But if you do want to bless the platform at any time, we do have a Cash App over here. It is $JSpotNetwork. If you ever feel like just dropping me a little change, I will more than accept it, because I don't have super chats here. I don't have anything where you have to pay for memberships or anything like that yet. Maybe one day I will be monetized, but for right now, I'm just all about the vibes. So sub me, give me the thumbs up, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Political says women being replaced by men thus far. Yeah, so far, but 2 men were fired and 2 men were hired. So far it's the same. Now, if another man gets hired, then now they're going into the territory of taking some of the women's spots, coaching spots. Now, I would have loved to have a female coach. I talked about this before. I would love for it to be, it's not going to be all women, but I would love to just see more qualified women get the spot. But, I'm not mad at Tyler from being a Chicago Sky coach. But I just don't want it to turn into where we just start giving men who aren't as qualified these jobs and not looking for the women as well. So right now we're done. We're washed, because we but they don't have Kurt. They don't have Tebow. Now they have Tyler. Now they have this new coach in Atlanta. So the rest of them need to be women. The rest of them need to be women. Political says, tell a friend to tell a friend. Please do, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. My food is at the door. It is late. I probably can't even eat that much, but I'm going to eat, relax. I got work tomorrow. It's always fun talking and chatting with y'all. Stay tuned for Sunday. And even if I can't be live Sunday while the draft is going on, if y'all want, I can go live whenever I get off work and we can talk about the picks if y'all want. Y'all just let me know if that's something y'all want to do. I'll do a quick live, probably from my living room like I do on my phone. And we could chat about the lottery picks and stuff like that if that's what y'all want to do. So y'all can always let me know. So Political says, night all. I'm saying good night. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.